Hello everyone, today we are going to learn the function auxiliary line in Vector Editor, which can add various auxiliary lines in the point cloud data to assist the movement of vector objects and other operations. When the mouse clicks to move the vector object will be attached to the auxiliary line and move in the direction of the auxiliary line, which can ensure that the objects are aligned precisely and neatly. The LiDAR360 MLS provides 4 ways to draw auxiliary lines. The first one, add horizontal/vertical auxiliary lines. Before activating this function, you need to adjust the 3D window to 2D window and set the appropriate height, reference plane, and horizontal selection tools to prepare for the subsequent drawing of auxiliary lines. Then click the Add H/V Lines button. Then use the left mouse button to click the location where you need to draw the horizontal auxiliary lines to generate horizontal auxiliary lines, and hold down Ctrl and click on the location where you need to draw the vertical auxiliary lines to generate vertical auxiliary lines. The second one, add grid auxiliary lines. After clicking the Add Grid Lines button, the parameter setting dialog box will pop up. You can set the distance between each 2 auxiliary lines in X and Y directions and the height Z value of the auxiliary line according to your needs. The larger the value set, the spacer the grid lines will be generated. Click Confirm to generate the corresponding grid auxiliary line. The third one, add auxiliary lines. In addition to the previous 2 methods, we can also draw auxiliary lines in any direction by clicking on any 2 points directly on the point cloud. After activating the Add Lines function, click on 2 points with the left mouse button to draw an auxiliary line in any direction. The fourth one, pick auxiliary lines. This method provides a way to generate auxiliary lines using any segment of an existing line vector object or an edge of a polygon object. After clicking on Pick Lines button, click with the left mouse button on any segment of an existing line vector object or on an edge of an existing polygon object, and an auxiliary line will be automatically generated that is collinear with the selected edge. After using the above 4 methods to draw the required auxiliary lines, we also need to set the snap buffer in the auxiliary line ribbon that the default is 6. It means that when the 3-dimensional distance between the line vector and the existing auxiliary line is less than this buffer value, the line vector will be attached to this auxiliary line. If without Z is checked, the distance is used as a 2-dimensional space, ignoring the height Z value. In addition, if you need to delete a drawn reference line, you can delete the reference line by clicking on it and then click Delete Selection button in the Properties sheet. So, how do you use the auxiliary lines to assist with vector editing? When multiple diagonal parking spots need to be vector edited, we can create an auxiliary line with one of the sides of one of the polygons. Then activate the Move function and move the other objects to be aligned with it. During the move, the object being moved automatically attaches to the auxiliary line according to the set parameters, such as the snap buffer. This concludes the video on auxiliary line. Thank you for watching.